Hey, this is Carrie with International Student Voice. Thank you so much for stopping by because I'm so excited to share with you this episode of Let's Meet for Coffee, which is a live conversation we have for international students over on our Instagram account. And during this conversation, I spoke with Sushant Garg. He's an international student from India studying at Sacramento State University. And he shared how he was able to save $10,000. So if you're a current international student studying in the United States, or maybe you're thinking about studying in the United States and you are really looking for a way to make your budget work, keep watching. Also in the description below, you'll find a link where you can see all of Sushant's calculations, how he was able to save $10,000, as well as his contact information if you have any questions. So before I switch over to the episode, if you have not done so yet, please head on over to Instagram and make sure you follow us. So just look for International Student Voice. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe and hit the bell on our YouTube channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you again so much. I hope you enjoy. But thank you so much for joining. It looks like we have a good group so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get started. Oh, and yes, we are going to answer questions. So the way this is going to work, so today's topic, we have a very special guest. His name is Sushant Garg. He is an international student. I'm actually going to turn my music off so you can hear me better. Sushant Garg is an international student from India. He's a senior at Sacramento State University, which is in California. He is an accounting major. So that means he loves numbers. So this is perfect. And through his experience as studying in the United States and kind of looking at numbers, he found a really unique, but a great way in terms of saving money. And through his calculations, he was able to save $10,000, which is huge for an international student. So I'm going to invite him in to join us. He's going to share a little bit more about his experience, his story, how he came to saving $10,000 and how he was able to do it. And then we'll be answering questions throughout, but we'll also have a Q&A, question and answer at the end once we're done. So as we're waiting for him, oh, there he is. Hi, good. It's morning for you, afternoon.
Good morning. Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for sharing your story. So I gave you a little introduction. I'm glad you love numbers. I hate numbers. So we need more people like you who love numbers. So if you want to share a little bit more about yourself and maybe raise your mug or your glass and tell us what you're drinking today.
Yeah, I think you introduced me perfectly. So I am international student from India and I am a senior and an accounting major at Sacramento State University, California. And originally I thought I'll drink tea, but I already have my tea in the morning, so I'm just having water.
Hey, you can't go wrong with water. Water is life, man. So, well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. I know there's a lot of students who are very interested about hearing your story. So let's just dive right into it. So, when we talked, you shared that your journey started when you discovered that you could save money. You were actually on OPT, and OPT, if you don't know, for those watching, it stands for Optional Practical Training. So that is what allows international students to work in the United States after they graduate. So you were actually working when your journey started. So can you tell us a little bit more about what happened?
So my OPT, so you only have like 12 months for doing OPT, but for it got delayed for some paperwork. So it was already delayed and I have only 9 months left. I got on a job. I was doing an accounting clerk position in a private company. And suddenly in March, when the pandemic came, everyone was getting laid off. And unfortunately, I was one of them. So I got laid off. So originally, I thought that I will start my college in fall 2020 after completing my OPT. But then since I got laid off in April, I thought, why not let's just start our college in summer 2020 instead of waiting till fall 2020.
That makes sense. Yeah. And sorry to hear that
you were laid off. I mean, so many people, it's been terrible. But it's tough because, yeah, you only had so many months left on OPT. Who's going to hire you with like a couple of months left? So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's a good
I
option.
I only have like 2 or 3 months left. So instead, I could have applied to different jobs, but for 1 or 2 months, everyone was kind of denying me, and even I was not interested in applying for so much paperwork and everything just for a
Yeah.
couple of months.
Yeah, right. That makes sense. So you decided you're going to take summer classes instead of trying to work a couple more months. So tell us about what you found out, taking classes or summer classes at Sacramento State.
So I was looking to the website and I wanted to see what classes they offer in summer, and I also wanted to arrange the money for summer. So what I found out, the best thing was that that the university charge you for per unit to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you are international student, even if you are domestic student, they charge you the same fee, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the per unit fee.
Okay. So,
So
okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so in summer they charge me about $285 per unit, compared to $396 for rest of the semester.
Okay. So what you found out, so at Sacramento State University, it doesn't matter if you're an international student, an American student, or if you're American at a state student, what summer classes cost the same per
Hmm.
per unit.
Yeah.
So, well, if some of you are watching, you're not sure. So during the regular, we call it the regular academic year. So in the fall or in the spring, usually international students have a higher tuition. They have to pay more. So what you found out was in the summer, by taking summer classes, that the cost per unit was the same. So, well, that's huge. So, I mean, so being able to take classes in the summer, it costs a lot less. So how many classes did you end up taking in the summer?
Before I answer that, sorry, I
Oh,
also
go ahead.
want to share what other things that I found out
Oh,
about.
sure. So not only was
So
the
not
cost
only
per unit less, but what
Yes.
else? Yeah.
So not only the per unit cost, but there is a tuition fee for about 2,800 for only international students
Mm.
when they study in a regular year. So that per unit, that $2,800 wasn't even there.
Ah,
So you don't have to pay that $2,800 for a regular academic year that you pay.
okay. So there was that.
And
Okay.
and the third thing was the campus fee, which is 870 in our academic year. That was considerably less. It was just $130.
Got it. Okay. So it seems like taking summer classes is huge. Like in terms of saving money, there's things cost less. There's not as many fees or considerably less fees in the summer. And again, people, if you're just watching, so if you're just catching up, so Sushant is sharing how at Sacramento State University, he was taking summer classes and how taking those classes cost less. Now, this is at Sacramento State University. So he's sharing his story, and if you're wondering if this is going to work for you, we're going to touch on that here in a little bit. So catching people up if they're just tuning in. So you were able to see that you were able to save a lot of money by taking summer classes, which is great. So can you tell us a little bit more? How many classes did you end up taking? Was it a lot? Like, what did you do?
So I end up taking 8 summer classes. So since there are sometimes 2 different summer sessions in colleges, so that was the case for me. So in Sac State, there were 2 different summer sessions, like 8-week and 8-week.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 6-week and 6-week. So I end up taking 4 classes in each of those sessions. So I end up taking 24 credits in summer.
That is, yeah, that's incredible. So yeah, you're right. So a lot of U.S. in the United States, you can take classes in the summer and they have them divided out. So it sounds like at Sacramento State, they have 2 summer sessions, each 6 weeks. So you took 4 classes in 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
So, which, I mean, hey, why not, right? So, and I know at some universities they have like 3 summer sessions. It just depends on which university or college. that you're attending. I mean, so it's a great way if you want to take a lot of classes in a short amount of time. I mean, so some of your classes, were they online? Well, obviously it was in 2020, so a lot of your classes were online probably,
Yeah.
right?
For all of my classes were online, and this is one of the reasons that I was able to take so many classes, because if it's not online, then you obviously have to go to campus and do this and that.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to take like that much of classes. I mean, you could, but it's kind of difficult.
Okay, so can you break down, so how did you get to the 10, let's just review for people who are watching. So how did you get to the $10,000 in savings? So how did you reach that number?
Yeah, so taking 8 classes saved me about $6,200.
Okay.
And I can share my article, or you can enter in the link, and people can see in that link how I saved $6,200, because it's almost about $800 to $900 per class that you save if you take a summer class.
Gotcha. Okay, so with that, I mean, I was trying to share the article below. I thought I had saved it, but I didn't. But we will definitely share. So and actually, Sushant, like, he reached out to us. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. But you wrote this incredible article on Medium about your story. You have these incredible spreadsheets. So if you love numbers, just like him, you can see he put together this spreadsheet, and it breaks down how he was able to save all of this money. So we actually have a link in our profile right now. If you go to International Student Voices profile, there's a link in our profile. If you click on that, you can then find Sushant's Medium article. We'll also post it. If you're watching a replay of this later, we're going to put it in the video description as well. So we have that link if you go head on over to our Instagram profile. So you can see this incredible spreadsheet. For somebody like me who gets really easily confused by numbers, you did a great job laying it out, saying this is how I saved money. So
next, so 6,200 was that. And also, since I took so many classes in summer, so I end up saving one semester. So I was able to graduate one semester early. So for that semester, you are saving the $2,800 that they charge you for that semester. So $2,800 is that. And then $700 for the insurance that you pay in the regular semester. I mean, since you are taking so many classes together, you don't have to take that extra semester.
Yeah, well, which is also incredible, which is another great way to save money. I mean, just by taking the summer classes, if you're really dedicated and you just want to get done sooner, that's another great way to save money, is just take summer classes. So like I said, I mean, you did a great job laying it all out. That's how, I mean, I think once you really look at your numbers, you were like $100 short of the $10,000, but that's incredible. So, and I know that if an international student wants to explore this option, they want to try to see maybe they can do what you did. What suggestions do you have for them?
So first thing is they should definitely check with their university if they even have this option.
Yeah.
If the summer fee is different and the regular academic year fee is different for international students, because if it's the same, then you won't be able to save that money.
Yeah.
And if just in case that your university does not have that option, then you could go to different university, because in summer you have a different special college that provide you classes. So for example, for me, I wanted to have an accounting class that I did not have this at Sac State. So what I did was I took that accounting class at a Chico State. And they had the similar kind of pattern whereas the fee is concerned.
Got it. Okay. No, that's a great point. So if you're just watching, if you're just tuning in, so Sushant just shared how he was able to save nearly $10,000, like $100 short, $10,000, but it's by taking advantage of the summer classes available at Sacramento State University. So so make sure that you check with your university or college's summer fee structure. If it costs, the same as taking classes during a regular academic year, like you said, you won't be able to save as much money, but it's definitely something to look into. And it's also incredible that even the one class that you just mentioned, it wasn't available at Sacramento State. So, but you were still able to take it at another university, and it was still cheaper. So, and I'm assuming you checked to make sure that that was okay, that it could transfer. Maybe there's an agreement with the universities in California, maybe.
Yeah, thank you so much for mentioning that. You definitely want to check that the class is transferable and everything. But summer classes are available everywhere. It's just need research and everything. And the next step that you would want to do is I made a spreadsheet that we are going to send the link to. You can make a similar kind of spreadsheet to see how much you are saving. You can compare the fee that.
Oh. Oh, okay. Sorry, you froze on me for a second. So hopefully everyone heard. So for the last thing I heard was people can also use a similar spreadsheet to what you created to see how much that they could save as well.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Also, to answer Degree's project question, they asked me if I did well in those classes.
Yes, I wrote that down. So how did you do taking all those classes, if you don't mind sharing?
I think I got A's in all of them. I mean, it's difficult for some people, but when you have that motivation with you, money is the biggest motivation, especially for international students. Just because the tuition is so expensive for international students, and if they're saving so much of money, they can definitely take that many classes. And I did not go anywhere since it was a pandemic. Obviously everyone had to stay home. So if you're staying home, why not just study and take classes and get them out of your way? Because you have to take those classes anyway. It doesn't matter you take it in summer. Doesn't matter if you take it in fall or other semesters.
You're absolutely right. I mean, that's such a good point. Especially, I mean, with the pandemic, since, you know, we can't go anywhere, so why not? Like, why not take summer classes? And I just wanted to say, you know, even if your university or college, once you look into it, even if it doesn't seem like you could save, you know, as much money maybe as, you know, Sushant did, I would say, I mean, even if you just want to finish sooner, like take summer classes. I know international students who just want to finish sooner, and in the long run that also helps them save money. Instead of, you know, getting a bachelor's degree over 4 years, they're able to do it in 3 years because they took summer classes, and that in the long run can also save you money. So
yeah, I mean, if definitely you can't take 8 classes, even if you take 4 classes, you are still going to save about $5,000. Because remember, the more classes you take, the more money you save. For each class, there is about $900. And plus the tuition fee that you have to pay in a regular semester, you will be saving that for because you're taking those classes in summer already, so you don't have to pay that fee. So you still save, if you take like 4 classes, you still save about $5,000. And that's a lot for international student. I mean, for everybody, not for just international students. 5,000 is a lot for everyone.
For everybody, yeah. I mean, I know several, you know, just like American students who struggle. That's a big topic in the United States, is just about the cost of education in general. So it's a great way for anybody to save money. So so going back to, well, thank you so much for sharing that, you know, you did well in all your classes, which doesn't surprise me. You're a smart guy. You were able to figure all of this out about how to save money. So I guess if somebody's still like, that's still a lot of classes, do I really want to spend my summer taking classes? How would you answer that? What advice would you give them?
I mean, everyone has different priorities. Everyone sees things in different way. For me, I wanted to save money because I want to graduate early, and I want to have less loans on me when I graduate. So if you have a similar motivation in your mind that you want to have less loan when you graduate, then why not take those summer classes and take advantage of this thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just want to say again, I mean, it's incredible about the amount of money you were able to save. So if you're watching this, make sure that, you know, if you're already in the United States, or maybe you're looking about studying in the US and you're trying to make the budget work, make sure that you really research the summer class options at your university. This was at Sacramento State University, but make sure you do the research and make sure that what is the summer fee structure at your university, it's definitely worth checking out. You can't afford not to do it. I mean, if somebody can do what you did, I mean, that it's just incredible. So,
Mm-hmm.
and again, we have the link in our Instagram profile. If you want to go look at Sushant's article that he wrote, his spreadsheet, you can see the numbers, how he figured it out. And you also have your email address, correct, in your Medium article.
I have that email address in my Medium article, but I'm just going to post my email in the chat
Sure.
right now so that
Absolutely.
you can contact me directly if you have any questions or if you want to access that article.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. So I know some people were able to ask questions as we were chatting, but we'll hang out just another minute or two if anybody else has any questions. But in the meantime, so Sushant, are you graduating soon? What's your plans coming up?
Yeah, I will be graduating in summer 2021.
I love it. Summer.
Not on purpose to save money, but I have just one class left that I could not take in spring semester because of the prerequisites. So I have to take one class in summer, but that will make it memorable for me.
Oh, the summer. So, well, that is awesome. Well, congratulations on being able, to figure this out. I'm so glad that you were able to save money, and hopefully somebody who's watching this, they'll look into what their options might be. And maybe they can also save some money too, which I know we all know is so incredibly important for everybody. So, thank you so much for
Harry,
sharing.
for some reason, I'm unable to post the comment. Could you
Absolutely.
post my email address? If anyone has any questions, they can directly contact me, or you can always contact me on Instagram.
Yeah, that's true too. But here, yep, just give me 1 minute. I'll put it here in the chat.
And meanwhile, I'm open to any questions for international students.
Sorry, my face is like super in the camera right now as I'm typing your email address. All right. There we go. So, yeah, I just posted it in there. So, yeah, we'll hang out if anyone has any questions. If you're just joining, Sushant just shared how he was able to save nearly, well, $100, sure, we'll just say. He was able to save $10,000 by taking summer classes at Sacramento State University. So if you're just joining, again, check into the fee structure at your university or college about taking summer classes. If you're able, most universities and colleges have 2 or 3 summer sessions. They're broken out, at Sacramento State, for example, each summer session is broken into, they're in 6 weeks chunks. So you took 4 classes in 6 weeks. And in total, you're able to take 8 classes, correct, over the summer. So, and they cost less than what they normally do during the regular academic year. You were able to graduate or, take less class. You were able to be done sooner. That is how you were able to save all this money. So that is, hopefully I summarized it if you're just joining us pretty, but it looks like, okay, so somebody asked, so summer tuition fee is waived at Sacramento State. So would you like to answer that?
Sorry, I did not see the question. Can you repeat?
Sure. It just came in. So somebody asked, so is the summer tuition fee waived at Sacramento State?
I mean, what does it mean by waived? I mean, international student fee is a different than the regular student fee. If they are domestic student, then that's a separate scenario. We are talking here about the how international students can save money. Because for domestic students, it's actually expensive to take classes in summer because they are charged the per unit fee.
So I think the way that it was broken down here, let me bring this up here again for a second. So the way that the summer classes, what they cost is it's a per unit fee and in the summer. And I think you said there wasn't a tuition fee in the summer, correct?
Oh yeah, so for international students, it's about 2,800 in a regular semester, but it's not present in the in the summer semester.
In the summer. Okay,
So if
gotcha.
you're taking if you regularly take 4 classes in fall, if you take those 4 classes in summer, you're automatically saving $2,800 just without even any other calculations. If you don't do any calculations, you are saving $2,800 right from there.
Gotcha. Okay. So hopefully that answers your question. Again, head over to the link in our Instagram profile. You'll see the link. You click on that. It'll take you to our website where you can find Sushant's article that he posted on Medium, and it breaks down everything about how he was able to save this money. So it's an incredible spreadsheet. I'm like amazed. So glad that you put that there. So, but I didn't see any other questions come through, but I dropped your email into the chat. Again, people, if they follow the link in our Instagram profile, or if you're watching a replay, it will be in the description below. So you'll be able to find the link. They'll find your contact information if they have any questions. Again, look into your university or college's summer fee structure. See if that's an option for you. If not, hey, why not just take summer classes and get done sooner? That will save you money too in the long run. So if there's not any other questions, or if you think of anything else, they can always reach out to you via email and also on Instagram. But Sushant, thank you so much for sharing your story. Hopefully, yeah, if there's just one student who can hear your message and save money, it's incredible. So thank you so much for joining me today.
I mean, that's my goal. Yeah, even if one student saves money from this, this conversation is totally worth it.
Yeah, and of course we get to share coffee and your water. So, hey, well, thank you again so much for this episode of Let's Meet for Coffee. We appreciate it so much. And again, head over to the link in our profile. So everyone, if you want to watch a replay of this or look a little bit more into your article that you posted on Medium, how you were able to save this money. So, but thank you again so much. And thanks to you everybody for watching. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, Sushant. Thank you again so much.
Thank you so much, Carrie, for inviting me and sharing this story with everyone. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, okay, well, have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.